The development of Starship, the largest ultra-super heavy reusable launch system ever constructed in history, has been progressing at a jaw-dropping pace at SpaceX, and CEO Elon Musk is comfortable predicting that it would reach orbit sometimes during the course of the following year. Musk made the remarks, which frequently drifted into the realm of philosophy, during the inaugural virtual joint fall meeting of the Space Studies Board and Board on Physics and Astronomy held by the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. Musk had the opportunity to respond to questions from Academy members on the technical and operational elements of the next-generation system during the discussion, which was simply titled SpaceX Starship Discussion, and the accompanying question-and-answer session that followed. He stated that there was a great deal of danger associated with this initial launch. Therefore, I would not say that it has a good chance of being successful, but I do believe that we will make a great deal of headway. The other significant obstacle to debut in January is receiving approval from regulatory authorities. An environmental evaluation regarding SpaceX launch operations at the Starbase is now being conducted in conjunction with the Federal Aviation Administration. Musk also anticipated that Starship launches may begin being sold at pricing lower than those of the Falcon 9 in approximately 2 years, which is even earlier than the timescale that was included in SpaceX's submission to NASA's for the Human Landing System. SpaceX has been awarded the exclusive contract to design the HLS for the NASA's Artemis mission, which will carry humans to the moon for the first time since the Apollo program. This launch, which will now be known as Artemis 3, is expected to take place in the year 2025. The Starship is making rapid progress. When compared to every previous launch system that has ever been, it is difficult to adequately convey the magnitude of the Starship, which comprised the Starship spaceship as well as the Super Heavy rocket. It is 394 feet tall when fully completed. For comparison, NASA's Space Launch System and Ariane spacecraft, both of which are currently in development, stand 322 feet tall when fully stacked. Musk has described Starship as a generalized transport mechanism for the broader solar system. If successful, Starship could have the capability to repeatedly launch more than 100 tons into orbit, and it might also serve this function. Musk, on the other hand, does not plan to construct 1, 2, or even 10 Starships. Instead, he predicted during the discussion that mankind may require approximately 1,000 launch systems in order to make life on several planets possible. And SpaceX has constructed a factory specifically for the purpose of mass producing them, or at least coming as near as possible to mass production. Additionally, the company has been making rapid progress in the development of its product. During the month of May, SpaceX successfully tested the 15 Starship prototype with a flight that reached an altitude of approximately 30,000 feet and ended with an upright landing. It was the very first time that a test was successful while leaving the launch vehicle unharmed. He told that members of the National Academies that overreaching goal of the SpaceX has been to advance space technology, such that humanity can become a multi-planet species and ultimately a spacefaring civilization, as well as to make true the things that we read about in science fiction and have them not always be fiction. I believe that the maintenance of the light of awareness over the course of time places a significant emphasis on this. However, Musk's comments surrounding the flight led to complications this week, as the Verge reported that the United States Army Corps of Engineers had closed a proposal to expand the company's Starbase launch facility in Texas. This facility is located in Texas. The fact that Elon Musk has said in public that the first orbital flight might take place in the Cape Canaveral, Florida, rather than at Starbase is a contributing factor to the problem. The expansion request that the company had submitted appeared to be in conflict with this information. Before SpaceX can move forward with this planned expansion to Starbase, the company will first need to supply the information that was sought as well as to provide clarity. As a result of the extension, the facility would be able to provide 2 launch pads for the orbital missions, 2 launch pads for suborbital missions, and landing pad. The Starship is a fully reusable spacecraft that was initially introduced to the public in 2017 under the moniker BFR. It's designed to have the capacity to send over 100 tons or 100 people into orbit at the same time. It's able to take on more ambitious aims such as delivering humans to Mars and beyond, in addition to being able to replace the company's already existing rocket, such as the Falcon 9 and the Falcon Heavy. These missions won't have to wait long for the SpaceX to get started on them. The company has set its sights on sending the first humans to Mars by the middle of the 2020s, followed by the establishment of a self-sustaining metropolis on Mars as early as 2050s. It's possible that anything will begin with a Starship. This thing is enormous, measuring approximately 400 feet in length when combined with a super heavy rocket that would propel it away from the surface of the Earth. It towers well over its predecessor, the Falcon 9, which stood at the height of fewer than 230 feet. In addition to this, it possesses a tremendous thrust of the 16 million pounds during takeoff. If all goes well, it will be the rocket with the greatest height and the most powerful engine ever built. As a point of reference, the current record for both height and thrust is held by the NASA Saturn V, which had a height of 363 feet and offered 7.6 million pounds of thrust when it was launched. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit the subscribe button before you go.